And welcome back to Harrah High School as we get ready for Game 2 here on Game Time. Your View, your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's a 4A matchup. The Ada Cougars playing the host, Harrah Panthers. Harrah coming in with a record of 9-11 on the season. Ada comes in. They've won 4 straight. Their record at 14-6. Ada's ranked number 19 in Class 4A, and Harrah at the time is not in that top 20. So should be still a good matchup here. Guys that are used to playing against each other and rivals. Ada and Harrah up next right here on Your View. Brian Burchell's alongside. And Brian, what more do you know about these two ball clubs you can tell us about?
Well, you know, for Ada, the story is Kobe Burgess. He's a Division I type prospect, number 12. You'll hear a lot from him. And on top of that, really, Ada is long and athletic. They're used to winning. They've got 5 of their top 10 players played on that state runner-up football team. So a team that can play, is athletic. You know, just talking to Coach before the game, really just some close losses to some teams have caused them to be, you know, not ranked as well as they should be, and some respect from the voters hurting. And, of course, you look at Harrah, and you talk about some guys with some size and some strength. You know, Harrah always known in basketball, especially for their strength and their ability to be physical and be strong. So contrasting styles, you see Ada will be tall and slender, and you see some thick boys over on the Harrah bench. So we'll see which style plays out.
Head coach for Harrah is Chad Rochelle. His assistant is Garrett Munger. And for Ada, the head coach in his first year at Ada is Garland Parks. He had been the coach at Northeast Academy in the Oklahoma City area. Again, the Ada Cougars in their road maroon uniforms and Harrah in their home whites with the silver and blue trim. We're all set to go. Game number 2 of our doubleheader here tonight on Your View, brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford Dealers. Ball is in the air, controlled by the Cougars, and they'll go to work on offense with this first possession.
Harrah in the 1-3-1. Excuse me, the 1-3-1 to start.
Shot from the corner, up and good, and that's how we begin. Jackson Robinson knocking down the 3.
The 1-3-1, you've got to be able to get to the corners. Harrah unable to do so there. Opens up the open 3. And Coach Parks for Ada was telling me really the difference in their wins and losses this year. And great backdoor cut and feed there. Nice bucket there by number 23 inside. That's Brett Cunningham.
So Harrah answers back and draws to within 1.
And this is going to set turnover there.
Knocked away from behind, but picked back up. Here's a shot from the wing that's off the mark, no good. Taken there by Nolan Fox, and the Cougars back the other way. Nice bounce pass.
No.
Oh. Going to call a charge on that one. Looked like he kind of slid over there at the end.
He was under the basket, slid over late, and it wasn't even square. He caught him on the hip. Feigning that's a no call. But nonetheless, the official makes the call for a charge and an early foul. Takes away a bucket. This is going to sound silly and obvious, but you know, the Coach Parks told me for Ada, the real difference for them has been making shots, and you might say duh, but their style of play and the way they shoot the ball, it really doesn't make a difference. Nights they go cold, it's tough for them to find other ways to score with their style.
Nice drive to the basket, but hit the underside of the backboard as he was trying to get it up out of bounds and back over to the Cougars.
Looked like Burgess, Steve, maybe even gotten a hand on that.
This is Burgess with the basketball. 23 is Robinson. He hit the 3 to open the game.
Had thoughts about shooting that one.
Burgess from the way outside. Shot missed the mark. Offensive rebound. Cougars able to keep it alive. Burgess penetrates, kicks. Nice pass in the middle. Basket good for 2. Putting it up off the glass and in is number 4 for Ada. Was it 4, Tanner Gilliam? Okay.
Yeah, it was 4.
So 5-2 lead now for the Cougars. Here's a shot to
tough
tie it
shot.
up, and it's good. Cunningham has all 5 for Harrah, and we're knotted 5 apiece.
Cunningham, a good 6'3", 6'4", plays the wing for this team.
And a steal. Nice job by Cunningham.
Nope. Wentz goes to lay it up, and a great job there by Burgess.
He challenged him, forced him to miss the shot. Hook pass to the corner, wide open, good look. Missed the shot, but kept alive, and Burgess will reset for the Cougars.
Good pass. That's an easy call. That was much better defense. Great pass. Got to go up with a floater there, Steve, rather than continue into the paint.
Offensive foul to call. We're all tied at 5 apiece here, Harrah and Ada. Harrah boys again 9-11 on the year, and Ada 14-2. Harrah's going to be hosting Aztec next week, while Ada will be hosting Blanchard. 14-6 for the Cougars. I said that wrong.
Burgess with a great block. In the corner now gets a loose ball, and he'll push on the break.
This is Burgess against Cunningham. Takes him to the hole, puts it up, lays it in, good for 2. Looked pretty smooth to me.
Looked easy, didn't it?
It's always jealous of those guys. Made it look so easy. Drive baseline, shot no good. Good hustle inside, working, and still can't get it to fall. Still loose. Burgess goes behind the back. Cougars back the other way. Open look at a 3, and it's good. Jackson Robinson, that's his second 3 of the contest, and it's a 10-5 lead for the Cougars.
Yeah, Robinson with another great look. Burgess doing a great job bringing the ball up the floor and kind of being calm and surveying. Had shooters on both wings and picked out the right one.
Shot is up and no good. Got a whistle and a foul. And going to the free throw line, it'll be Brett Cunningham, who has all of the points so far here for Harrah.
Cunningham has missed 3 times now. That one on a foul, but close to the rim. But it almost looks to me like he's going up a little hesitant. He's got to take that ball strong, and if there's contact, there's contact, and if not, there's not. But certainly has missed a couple I think he'd like to get another chance at.
Kylan Cooper checks in, replaces Tanner Gilliam for Ada. Meantime, Cunningham, second free throw on the way. He gets them both. He has all 7 so far here for the Cougars. Or for Harrah. Got to get my team straight here.
Kylan Cooper was dynamic on the football field for this Ada team. Is Robinson with another easy 2. He's smooth too, by the way.
He really is. 12-7, Cougars on top. Cunningham lost it. Burgess in the front court. Thought we were going to have another charging call there, but no call. Probably the right call, and an easy 2 points for Ada.
Was a really good no call. Started falling early. Got to wait for the contact.
Is that Robinson again?
Yeah, on the bucket, yeah. He's got 10 early.
Yeah. 10 of the 14 for the Cougars. They are quickly on top here. 3:40 left to go in this first quarter of play. Number 11 with the basketball.
Can't make that pass around Burgess.
Burgess going to go in and bury it. 2-hand dunk. That makes it look real easy when you get up that close.
Yeah, not going to miss many of those. As they say on some of the larger networks, that is a high percentage shot.
Yes. 16-7, 9-point advantage for the guests from Ada. And loose on the floor, try to get the pass off.
Oh, good pass.
Good one, hits the streaking teammate Cody Smith going inside. He puts it in, good for 2. It's an 18-7 lead, and we got a timeout on the floor. 2:58 left to go, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as Harrah's got to get some things figured out here, trailing by 11 in the early going.
Really like what we've seen out of Ada, especially on the defensive end. And you know, Cunningham for Harrah makes those first 2 buckets. So what do? They bring in Kylan Cooper, who is an outstanding wide receiver and defensive back, put him on Cunningham man-to-man, and Cunningham has barely been able to get the ball on the floor, let alone get a shot up. So bringing an athletic, tall guy to match up with him, and now Harrah really struggling to get any sort of offense going.
2:58 left to go here in this first period of play, and Cougars are very comfortable getting out in the open and moving the ball up and down the floor.
Well, I talked about styles before the game, and in an open floor, the way this has started, it absolutely favors the Ada Cougars.
Harrah, after the timeout, has the basketball. Hunter Tabor's in the lineup now for the Panthers. Out top, Cunningham to Tabor. This is Nolan Fox. Inside Cunningham. Outside, drive it to the hoop. Nice move. Put it up and good for two. Mason Slama with the bucket. 18-9. That shot off the mark, just a little short.
That's a pretty release, so high release. Very smooth, very fluent, but I like how he releases it high to make it very tough to block his shot.
Panthers looking for back-to-back buckets to get them back. Now trailing by 9. This is Tabor. Brock Drew gives it to Fox. Fox lost it. Cougars back the other way. They don't waste any time. Full court pass, up and good. Easy basket for Kylan Cooper.
Remember when I told you he was a receiver?
Yeah.
Went up and got that one, didn't
did.
he? I thought that ball was thrown too high. It wasn't even close to too high for Cooper.
Cunningham inside, kicks to the corner. Gets it back inside, quickly triple team, has the ball stripped, taken away. Burgess splits the defense, drives, lays it up for two more.
Harrah's going to have to find a way to shoot some outside shots or do something to get some looks because they're not having any success in the paint. Cunningham is favoring his ankle.
Tough drive to the basket.
Nice take.
That shot is good and a foul on the play.
Slama.
He gets the bucket. He'll shoot the free throw. Now you can see the Cougars are athletic. Got some good size. They gave us a roster that doesn't have any sizes. Just the class position that they play. So
I think Burgess is around 6'2". Robinson's probably 6'3". Cooper's 6'1". And just, basing that off of how tall I am and walking by them in the pregame.
I remember when Byron Houston was at Oak, or this would have been when he was in high school, and he came down to play in Altus, and I think they were listing him at 6'7". He was maybe an inch taller than I was, which would have put him about 6'5". So that was something I always tried to do whenever teams came to town, or you heard about guys, you wondered how tall are they really? Lob pass, wow, far side, missed it.
But how athletic is he?
That's pretty
unbelievable.
Athletic. He got to the apogee of his jump and was just hanging there waiting for the pass to get inside. Just couldn't finish. But, yeah, you can imagine some of the things he could do when he gets on the open floor by himself. But Cunningham is trying to walk off an injury on the sidelines back behind us.
When he tried to score on that possession, 3 possessions ago when the ball was stripped loose.
Baseline floater up, no good. Tipped around, good job by Ankney, puts it up at the buzzer, should count. Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off, and that's the end of our first quarter of play. 22-12 is our score. Ada on top on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll be back. Second quarter action coming your way.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
First quarter in the books. Good quarter for the Ada Cougars, as they have the lead now, 22-12. That basket did not count at the buzzer. Official ruled that it was still within the grasp of the young man who was trying to finish that, so it did not count. And a 10-point lead for the Cougars as we get ready for second quarter play.
And, of course, no replay in the high school game.
Have to go back and watch the replay on your view tomorrow. Here's the shot up, short, no good.
Look at Cooper.
Offensive
Just a bulldog
rebound.
down there. No one's getting a ball out. You're just not getting. When he wants to go up and get it, he's going up and get it. And that's just the way it is.
It's his second bucket. Expect a lot more to come his way. Entry pass to Ankney, back in the corner, deep three on the way, skips off, no good. Cooper with the rebound. Loose basketball, Harrah's able to keep it alive, then turn and shoot. Shot won't go down. Jeremiah Alexander in the lineup now, got the rebound and hands it to Burgess.
Cooper's sport by trade is obviously football. Now when I say this, understand what I'm saying. He's not super skilled when it comes to basketball. He's not a ball handler or slasher. What he is he's very athletic, and he knows how to use that. Would it be alley-oops and offensive putbacks and those kind of things. He plays inside himself and really adds an element to this team.
Shot there is off the mark, no good. Brock Drew comes away with the miss. Harrah looking to come back the other way.
And the other thing that he does is if you're playing a team with an elite player, he's the kind of guy that can go in and lock somebody down and really give you a chance.
Panthers with the basketball, looking for an open shot.
Someone's going to have to want to shoot it. They've had some looks, so just no one wants to shoot it.
Bump on the play, foul called, and that'll take us to the 1-and-1 situation. Team fouls right now 7-0.
Well, and one could say that's bad officiating, but another one could say that Harrah hasn't really contested much from Ada. I mean, there hadn't been fouls called because Ada's doing pretty much everything so far uncontested.
Cougars have been the aggressor to this point. At the free throw line, Brock Drew missed the free throw, so he does not get the bonus in this situation. And the Cougars with the basketball in a 12-point lead, just underway here, second quarter of action. Thanks for joining us tonight on Your View. Game time, your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. Penetrates.
That's beautiful.
How about that?
Well, it starts with the excellent split of the gap by Burgess and the excellent court vision to find Cooper, and we talked about using his athleticism, cutting from the short corner, goes up and under, makes a very, very nice reverse layup. And, talking to Coach Parks before the game, really, they've just played poorly in some games because this team is, in my opinion, more skilled than the 19th ranked team in the state. But at the same time, 4A is quite a loaded class.
Yeah, it really is. You got a team like Ardmore that dropped down from Class 5A, and they're certainly enjoying their time up there near the top.
How about Ardmore, Heritage Hall,
Yep.
and this Ada team all in the same regional?
That's crazy.
Is that not unbelievable?
That's unbelievable. Then you throw in a team that's unbeaten, won state last year, Kingfisher.
Yep.
We saw them earlier. They're really, really good. May not have the size or the athleticism that this Ada team has, but they are certainly deep, and they can shoot the basketball.
And not a senior that plays for them, by the way. But just think about that athleticism between Ardmore, Heritage Hall, and Ada that will be on display in that region. Nice up and under. Good move.
Nice job by Brock Drew. 26-14. Here's a three from the corner that's short. Ankney inside, comes away with the miss, tries to get out of traffic, and is pushed on the play. Number 33 for Ada, Jeremiah Alexander, a junior forward.
And that's the second on Burgess, a silly one for him. You got to know the situation. The ball is obviously, you're not getting away from Big 40 down there. And he slapped 2 or 3 times.
So Ankney at the free throw line, 6'1" junior, and he misses the front end of the free throw. So getting in the 1-and-1 bonus situation early.
I have to imagine he's the brother of Erica.
You would guess that.
I'd say Ankney's not quite the same as common as King, but who knows?
Ada coach wants to take a timeout with 4:17 left to go before half. His team well in control. They're leading it by a score of 26-14. So good crowd on hand here tonight. It is a pink out night. Lots of fans, students, cheerleaders, players on the bench adorned in their pink T-shirts, recognizing the call to arms and the battle against breast cancer. Cougars ready to go back on the offensive end of things. Cooper has 6 points. I have Burgess for 6. I have Robinson for 10.
Yep.
And then 2 apiece for Cody Smith and Tanner Gillum to lead the way for Ada. Cunningham, I have him for 7 to lead the way.
Correct.
For Harrah. Coach Parks took a timeout even though his team was leading by 12. So
well, I think with Burgess having to come out with foul trouble in the point guard, they weren't really sure what they were supposed to do on offense, so probably just resetting, making sure everyone knew what their roles were within the offense here with Burgess not on the floor.
Shot off the right side is no good. Rebounded inside. Cunningham back in the lineup. And the Panthers, big possession here, would need to come away with some points.
Well, yeah, with Burgess on the bench, an opportunity here to potentially, good pass, no luck.
Deep corner, shot is up and good for 3. Big bucket there for Hunter Tabor.
His first bucket of the game and a big one there. And again, a chance for Harrah to cut in this lead with Burgess on the bench.
At the free throw line, Alexander on the wing. Out top now, number 5 is Trey Havens. There's a runner, and that's a nice shot up and good there for Robinson, who now has a dozen. Harrah had gotten it back to a single-digit lead, but Ada answers, and they're back up by 11. Shot there, up no good. Panthers able to run down the miss.
Oh, man, that's a lazy pass. He had numbers on that side. Deflected and tracked down, and now
going to the free throw line for the Cougars will be number 10, Jake Shannon.
And that's the first foul tonight on Harrah. The Bronx cheer from the Ada fans.
You could say that's pretty expected, given.
There is no rule, by the way, anywhere in a basketball rule book, the foul calls have to be even.
Nope.
And it's all about the games played. I don't think, and quite honestly, I don't know that the officials have missed a foul on Harrah. It's not like I've seen something. The block charge would have been the only one, but if foul was called, they just made the wrong call, in my opinion. Outside of that, there's not been any contact that's gone uncalled by any means.
Shannon makes both free throws and goes to the bench. 13-point lead for the Cougars.
And that was the first call of the game before there was any sort of flow to be had. So
baseline, had the pass there, a little too hot to handle for Ankney. Floater up, nice basket there.
2 more for Slama.
And as he gets it to go, and it's 30-19.
8-8 in this quarter. It was an 11-point lead at the end of the first, and it's still 11.
Baseline. A little more deliberate in their approach here on offense now.
Ada does a really good job, nice bucket there off the glass, of utilizing the skip pass. Is it selfish that I wish that Jeremiah Alexander had missed that shot because Kylan Cooper was right there to dunk it home if he had missed it? Did you see how high he was?
I had the same thought. I got a feeling we're going to see 1 or 2 of those before we get out of here tonight. Yeah, I haven't seen Ardmore. I don't know if you have, but I mean, Ardmore throughout their days was always competitive and won a couple
athletic.
state championships in Class 5A.
4A's loaded. I mean, really, I watched Heritage Hall beat Carl Albert at home, which was a pretty impressive win. Of course, they have the freshman, Steven Alexander's son, and they've got the senior, John Matthews, who was younger, was an ESPN on their watch list. And, you talk about Kingfisher, as you mentioned, as the first free throw from Cunningham is up and good. So you talk about Jet Sternberger and Trey Green. And Ardmore's got a guard that can really play. And so, 4A is 4A is good. I mean, it's really good.
And curious that you see teams, some of those that have dropped out. Did Douglas move down in basketball as well, or are they still 4A?
They are still 4A. And, in fact, they are unranked this year, surprisingly enough.
How about that?
They're taking on the surprise team in the entire state tonight, Northwest Classen.
Yeah, I saw them at the Edmond Open. I was very surprised how well they played in that tournament.
Coach Park's laughing because that was a foul call, probably in some ways to even up the score, but it's a foul call that's inconsequential. And actually, that one hurts his team because it stops a fast break. They're nowhere near the bonus, so kind of a chuckle for Coach Parks.
Yep.
Yeah, Northwest Classen is good. They've got a transfer from Putnam City West, and they need to be good. Man, they were good back in the day, and I feel like they're one of those schools that, especially basketball tradition-wise, a couple years ago, they were a game short of the state tournament, losing in El Reno, and that team was pretty good. Would have been 3-4 years ago.
Baseline drive.
Oh, he's straight up. That was vertical.
Foul called on the play. And that is exactly what Alexander is saying to the official, pleading his case, but falling upon deaf ears.
Well, Steve, I've watched a lot of basketball. I've coached a lot of basketball. I've played a lot of basketball. I've never once seen an official change his foul call.
Yeah.
So, arguing, what I'm getting at is arguing is falls on deaf ears almost every time.
Second free throw, short, front of the rim, no good. And a takedown.
Beyond foul on Ankney.
Going to be called against Harrah. Boys amused now. You see all the iPads all set up all over the place, and people taking video with their phones, and everybody's a videographer.
Yep.
Of course, a lot of schools are doing the streaming thing themselves, and then others don't have that at all. And coaches, parents see other schools doing it. Nobody else is doing it, so they figure, why not me? Jump in and sometimes get some very valuable footage. Get coach to buy in.
It's always been interesting to me why schools, as we're about to hit the last shot, would stream their high school games, because that's how you make your money, is from the gates.
Right. Pull-up shot from the left side, off the mark, no good. At the buzzer, will he get it off? No, he will not. It does go, but will not count, and that is the end of the first half of play. So kind of a muddied up second quarter there, but Ada has a 10-point advantage as we head to the intermission. They lead Harrah 32-22, our score on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll be back.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand
Moxie.
and a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your two favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair, only at Mazio's.
Because every great accomplishment takes courage. Because one person can't do it all. Because dreams are worth chasing. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With proven services that support all of your endeavors. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Get into something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Welcome back to Harrah High School, your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. And right now, we're in the middle of our Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show. Halftime score tells us that Ada has the best of it right now. They lead Harrah by a score of 32-22. They got out to a quick start. Harrah was able to answer back and get it back to within 3 points at 10-7, but Cougars had a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 22-12, and then each team added 10 more points in that second quarter. And right now it's Ada on top of Harrah, 32-22 our score. See a lot of talent out there for the Cougars. Obviously, you mentioned Burgess picking up a second foul early, so he was relegated to the bench for a while. But a good-looking basketball team in this Ada Cougar group, and for their part, Harrah, they didn't lose any ground in that second quarter and played them pretty even.
Well, you look at it, and I think the easiest way to explain this is Ada has had no problem finding shots. They're getting looks, missed some, they're getting a lot of open looks. Meanwhile, Harrah is having a very difficult time even getting a shot off.
Yeah.
And so you look at that, and you just know the percentages are going to play out, and that's why Ada has the lead right now. And you're right, for Harrah to be where they are and just down 10, I think they have to be feel pretty good about that. But at the same time, they've got to find a way to get some shots off to get themselves back in the ballgame, because they're going to have to score at a much higher rate to have a chance to come back in this ballgame.
No, you nailed it, no doubt. 10-point lead for the Ada Cougars on top of Harrah in your Oklahoma Ford Dealers game of the week. It's game time tonight right here on Your View. We'll take a timeout, get ready for second half action. Don't go too far away.
Oklahoma. It's in our name. We are Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. We're here when skies are blue and when you need us most. We are where you are, with offices in all 77 counties. From our urban streets to our winding country roads, we've been protecting Oklahoma since 1946, so you can focus on what really matters. We're the same Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand.
Moxie.
And a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Because every great accomplishment takes courage. Because one person can't do it all. Because dreams are worth chasing. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With proven services that support all of your endeavors. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Go, go, go. Wait! Can you take the kids?
We've got room.
You make it so the morning routine stays routine.
Did you just upload your homework?
We have Wi-Fi, Mom.
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
See you at 4.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Now current Ford owners can get a new Explorer with 0% financing plus up to $4,500 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Welcome back to Harrah as we get ready for second half action here tonight. Boys game. Ada Cougars on top of the Harrah Panthers. They lead it by a score of 32-22. If you're just joining us in the girls contest, that was won handily by Harrah. Trying to remember what the final score was in that game. You remember what it was, Brian?
Yeah, 51-27.
51-27. There you go. So the Cougars looking to take the nightcap here this evening. They've got a 10-point advantage, but as we mentioned, they led by 10 at the end of the first quarter of play. Played them even in that second quarter, but I thought you were right on, Brian. Is it Ada made it look a lot easier than Harrah has been able to do offensively. Let's see how the Panthers start things here in this second half of play as they have the basketball.
Ada's gone man-to-man.
Pass inside, whistle and a foul.
Cunningham has gotten several looks on that back door, but Ada's gone man-to-man. They played that first half predominantly in zone, so mixing it up. And Harrah had an answer as Cunningham goes to the line for his 5th and 6th free throws of the night and a chance to get in double figures.
Cunningham leads the way. Slama has 8 points. Cunningham now into double digits with that made free throw.
And quickly Cooper comes right back in to guard Cunningham.
Yeah, they saw something that they wanted to take away right away.
It's amazing me how coaches are. It's probably the plan all along to get Cooper in right away because coaches don't like to mess with their lineups. He didn't start him. And first chance he gets to get him back in the game, there he is.
So 8 points, that's as close as Harrah's been in a while. Cougars with the basketball now, their first trip down the offensive end of the floor. Ball is lost, saved back in, nice entry pass. Left-hand shot up off the glass and good. And the basket there by number 34, that's Sam Goodwin. He did not score in that first half of play. Gets his first 2 points, and then here's a break the other way, and Burgess is going to lay it home for 2. So a timeout by Ada changes things immediately, and Harrah decides they're going to take a timeout as well. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. That'll allow us to get this break in and come back and tell you more about our contest here tonight.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Back at Harrah after the timeout. So that's not too often that you see 2 timeouts called just 43 seconds into the second half of play.
Yeah, and with that bucket 2 possessions ago by Sam Goodwin, that's 8 different Cougars that have scored so far in this game. So, you know, they've got a couple of studs, obviously, but when you can spread it out and be balanced, that certainly helps.
As I look down the roster, I only see 3 seniors on the entire roster. Cooper being one of those. And then Myers, who we have not seen yet, along with Bellard, who we've not seen either. Break back the other way. Here comes Cooper. Look out. Going to lay it up and missed it. Follow is no good. And then the second follow attempt is Robinson. Puts it back in good. He has 16. Just underway, second half action. Yep, Harrah just has to work and, you know, several passes down the floor and finally get the open man, and Ada can just move into transition and get down the floor in 4 seconds and put it up and good for 2.
And even when they're in offense, they're still getting good looks. I mean, Harrah's just having to work incredibly hard just to get the ball moved around over there.
It doesn't necessarily mean they're getting an open look every time either. They've really had to contest and combat against Ada. Turnover there gives the Cougars the ball back. Burgess, Cody Smith in the lineup, number 21. Here's a shot from the left wing on the way. That's a little short of the mark, and rebounded, taken in there by Nolan Fox. Out top, Drew.
Good skip there.
Cunningham is short. And the rebound taken in there by Godwin.
Pretty apparent to me that Harrah's only way to score is through Cunningham.
That shot is off the mark. Yeah, he has 11 of their 24 points.
And a lot more attempts. Nice pass. Good no-look pass.
Oh, how about the block?
Very good block by Cunningham, but that was a slow take-up
really
by Godwin. Godwin's got to explode up to the rim. It took way too long.
Harrah trying to fight their way back, trailing by 14, just underway, second half action. You know, anymore when you see somebody as good as Burgess, I know fans in Ada don't want to hear about it, but it seems like kids end up transferring a lot more these days than they used to and getting to bigger schools so they get more looks.
Yeah, not a whole lot of places anywhere near Ada for him to go, though. It would take, you know, a pretty good move.
Out top, penetration.
And I think with them being young and having other talented pieces, too, that could help.
Here's Burgess looking around.
You know, he really doesn't look – he likes being a distributor. You can tell. He's not much in the scoring. He really enjoys passing the basketball. There was an opportunity there. He could have easily shot that ball, but instead is happy moving it around.
Shot high off the glass, but a whistle and a foul called.
Because he was hit on the elbow when he shot it, yeah.
So the foul there is called on Brock Drew, and going to the free throw line will be Kylan Cooper. Cooper at the stripe. First one is good.
You know, it's obvious that Burgess and Robinson are the two best players for Ada, but I think Cooper, you could argue, is every bit as valuable as those two guys for everything he does. He brings another level of athleticism, defense, rebounding, and the three of them on the court together really it makes them extremely athletic and extremely tough to deal with from an offensive to defensive standpoint.
Ada looking like they're going to pick them up half court now, as they have opened up now a 16-point lead over the Harrah Panthers. Inside Cunningham. Easy. That was a good pass. Foul. Basket will count. And the and one opportunity for Cunningham upcoming.
Yeah, great job by Cunningham to slip backside on the really just reverse post. And you heard Coach Parks yell post defense. He saw it coming. Cunningham with a quick spin and a quick seal. Cooper wasn't ready for that. And, Cunningham's got the ability to play inside and out. He's a good player because, again, he has when you can shoot the three but also have the ability to make plays in the post, it makes you a tough matchup.
14 now for Cunningham. Lead is 13 for the Cougars. They have the basketball. This is Burgess. Now Cody Smith out top. Robinson gives to Cooper.
This would appear to be a mismatch here. We'll see what they do. Yeah, they're going to run 4 low. Yep, he's going to protect him one-on-one off the dribble.
Kind of looked like he wanted to pass, then decided the pass wasn't there and gathered it with two hands and then threw it back down to the floor, and he's called for the double dribble. That'll give the ball after we get a timeout here taken by the Ada Cougars. 3:18 left to go here. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Remind you about our games coming up on Tuesday. It'll be Lada taking on Washington. And our usual producer, executive producer, Mark Jeffries, telling us what a nice new facility they have there in Washington. I've not seen it.
I've seen it. In fact, we got a tour the day before it opened. As they're one of my customers. And, yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a great facility. And certainly they've been in need of one for a long time now.
They had, of course, built the indoor football facility, which I don't know if there's any 3A or 2A schools that have, unless they're a private school to speak of, and that's another argument that was in the news all week long. But nonetheless, look forward to being there and bringing you that game, Lada against Washington. That'll be on Tuesday. Panthers with the basketball, trailing by 13. Nice entry pass, Cunningham, kind of stuck down low, double team, now tries to go back out top. Nearly stolen by Burgess.
Boy, the amount of floor he covers quickly, Burgess, to get to that pass.
Nice shot from the top of the key is good. Hunter Tabor with his second three of the contest, and it's back to a 10-point lead.
But, I mean, it's what we talked about. It's the amount of work they're having to do just to keep the game at 10. It's hard to see them putting together a run unless Ada gets sloppy that will get them back in the game. But, that's why they keep playing. There you go. That's sloppy. That's back-to-back turnovers by Robinson. Careless turnovers.
Ada had jumped out to their second 16-point lead of the contest. Harrah's battled back. They've cut it to within 10. And that's been the score at the end of the first period, at the half. And that's where we are right now. Let's see if Harrah can get it back to single digits. 2:20 left to go, third quarter.
Can't throw that in there on him.
Too big, too quick, too athletic.
Definitely. All of those things, and then some.
2:14 left to go, third quarter action. Long cross-court pass. With the basketball, Nolan Fox gives to Slama.
Nice back cut. Again, Cunningham with the back cut. A very good finish there. Playing into the aggressiveness of Jackson Robinson, who wanted to jump the passing lane. Cunningham too coy. Easy two on the backside.
16 now for Cunningham. Harrah's drawn to within 8. Whistle and a foul. That's going to be a hold on Nolan Fox on the far side. Inbound for the Cougars underneath the Harrah basket. Got it right where they wanted it. Burgess somehow able to come away with the miss, and then a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be called there on Brock Drew. Minute 36 left to go, third quarter. Burgess out top. We've only got him for 8 points.
That's because that's what he likes to do right there. He likes to create and likes to get his teammates involved. Colin Cooper having a great game.
Boy, he's something else. Imagine if he played basketball full time.
You'd have to think he's going to have a future on the gridiron, though. Slama in the double figures with that runner.
8 points again.
Yep.
Harrah needs a stop. Burgess blows around everybody and lays it in for an easy two.
And just when you say you haven't seen him score in a while, it's pretty easy for him.
10-point lead once again. 45 seconds left to go, third quarter.
That's a good move there by Cunningham in the post just to get the ball. Excellent up there. Really impressed by Cunningham's moves before he catches. He does a lot of good work early and gets position, and Burgess throws a pass and not looking off the head of his teammate and out of bounds.
That's not going to make the highlight film. Turnover and an opportunity now for Harrah to get as close as they have been in quite some time. They had gotten it down to 8 when it was 40-32. That's where it sits right now. That's as close as they have been since early in the ball game. Let's see what they do with this possession here. 23 seconds left. Looks like they're going to play for one. See so many teams now take it down to just the one shot that they don't afford themselves the opportunity for even a putback.
But as quickly as Ada can get the ball back up the court, I'm not sure I disagree with that. You're as close as you've been all night.
Way outside for three. No good. 2 seconds left. Burgess rebound, length of the floor throw. Incomplete as the third quarter comes to a close. But the Panthers have drawn a little closer as we head to the fourth and final quarter. Ada's on top of Harrah, 44-36 our score.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi,
Yes!
the best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Now get into a new 2018 Ford F-150 with $4,100 appreciation cash, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Hungry for pizza? Pick a pair. Mazio's medium one-topping pizzas are only $6.50 each. Pick your 2 favorite hot, fresh medium one-topping pizzas and get both for only $6.50 each. So go ahead, pick a pair. Only at Mazio's.
14 and what?
Robinson has 14. Alexander has 2. Those 2 of the scores for Ada. Also, Burgess has 10. And Colin Cooper in double figures with 10. So 3 Cougars in double figures. Only 1 double-figure scorer for Harrah. And that's Brett Cunningham with 18. Slama in the double figures now with 10 as we sit 44-36.
Fourth quarter underway. Cougars with the basketball. Burgess inside, puts it up good for 2. Too easy.
Yeah, you know, when he wants to score, he can. As you mentioned, he likes to get his teammates involved.
Just
good
like
look.
Back to a 10-point lead almost immediately. So this gives fans, people like myself who had not seen either of these two teams, good look and an idea of what they can expect maybe when postseason comes rolling around next weekend. Shot there, no good. Cooper soars into the air and kind of hangs there waiting for the ball to come down and grabs another rebound.
Soars is a good word for him. You're right about that. He gets to the top floor and stays there for a little bit before he starts to come down. Good pass.
Good ball fake.
Yep.
Got the bucket there inside.
Tanner Gilliam, his 4th point of the night. Oh, nice step through. Good finish, too. Nice finger roll there inside.
Burgess right back the other way. Pull-up shot in the lane. Cooper for 2 more.
That's tough. Cooper can hit that shot consistently. That adds a whole other element to this offense.
Back up by 12. Panthers with the ball. Cunningham on the baseline. Out of bounds, it'll be Harrah basketball. Checking back in for the Cougars. Number 21 is Cody Smith. Checking out is Jake Shannon. Deep corner, they leave him wide open. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound, put back, rolls off, no good. Boy, he had it right where he wanted it, even though a considerable height disadvantage. Could not get it to fall. It's a jumper left side of the lane, no good. Gets it right back. Cooper to Burgess. Burgess, defender behind him. And Cunningham read that one coming, but it goes off of Ada, out of bounds. It'll be Harrah basketball. 6:01 left to play. Panthers down by 12. They've hung around.
Knocked away there. A nice knockhead to himself there was Gilliam. Loses control, but put back no good. In the hand of Robinson. He turns around and floats it up. No good again.
Can't get it to go. Maybe that's the break that Harrah's looking for.
Really impressed with Ada's length, the way they use it defensively. Got hands on a lot of passes, made it very difficult.
Cunningham throws it back out. Long 3 on the way. Short, no good.
Good rebound.
Big rebound inside by Brock Drew. He's fouled underneath. Foul's going to be called on Cody Smith. Stops the clock, 5:24 remaining in the ball game, and Cougars leading it by 12. Panthers need a bucket. Get the open look at the 3. Shot is off long, no good.
Not sure that's the one they wanted. Fox hadn't shot a long shot all night and shoots one off a screen there.
Timeout on the floor with 5:09 left to go here in the 4th quarter. It's a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Continue to bring you your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week right here on Your View.
Get into something good, like Brahms Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae.
Get into something good. Something good.
2 big dips of Brahms Premium Vanilla Ice Cream. Rich and creamy hot fudge. A shower of toasted almonds. Whipped cream and a cherry. Now you've got something good. A Double Dip Hot Fudge Sundae. Every day's a Sunday at your neighborhood Brahms.
Get into something good.
Welcome back to Harrah. You can see the blue of the Harrah Panthers and also the pink out night here tonight at Harrah. Calling and asking for more recognition in the fight against breast cancer. See it as now what used to be a 1 week or 2 week, maybe a month drive for the cause that is turned into something far greater. What a great story that is.
And really has room to get even bigger. What a...
Sure. Cougars with the basketball. They lead it by 12 as we are now down to the 5-minute mark. Burgess looks so confident, so in control with the basketball, too.
No concern for him. Ada has been very good out of timeouts. They've scored every time out of a timeout. So let's see what they have drawn up here.
Going to get Cunningham underneath as he was battling. Gets whistled for the foul.
There was a hold, and what you didn't see there, right before Robinson sets a back screen there for Gilliam. All the attention was on Burgess. It looked like they were clearing it out. They set a back screen. Gilliam was coming wide open for a layup. They would have scored on yet another timeout play. Good flash.
Nice up and under move. Blocked, saved, kept alive. Ada, Cooper, up and good for 2.
Boy, he's really – I'm telling you, Steve, I couldn't be more impressed by a player out here tonight because I knew Robinson was good. I knew Burgess was good, and they are great, but didn't realize Cooper had this kind of game on top of just being athletic. He can find ways to score as well and forces a turnover there by jumping a passing lane.
You know, we saw Jalen Redmond at Midwest City. He was a very good basketball player, but was kind of a tweener size-wise, and he decided to dedicate all of his time to football.
Well, I think that happened because of the transfer, you know.
Sure.
I think if that doesn't happen, he probably plays because they would have had, I think, a legitimate chance to win the state championship.
Loose on the floor, goes between the legs.
And look who picks it up.
Throw to the corner. Burgess for 3. It's off.
Ooh. Look at the hustle there. You love to see that. You're up 14 points in the fourth quarter, and you're on the floor for 2 different loose balls.
Yeah, that's impressive. As a coach, as a recruiter, as a fan, got to love that.
Yep.
Clock is stopped, 3:46 to play. 14-point lead for Ada.
It feels like it's larger than 14, doesn't it? Because they're in control.
You just don't really see Harrah being able to put together an 8-0 or 10-0 run.
Because I don't know that they can score that quickly unless they make tough shots, but they're not shooting tough shots. I mean, they're being diligent as a bump fall. Maybe if they could get to the bonus, I mean.
Cunningham, deep left side. His 3 is up and good. Well, they could use some more of those.
He's got 21 on the night now.
Panthers back within 11.
But
Cougars
just like that.
Answer back as Cooper gets loose inside.
Off the feed from Burgess, who created all by blowing by the defense.
54-41. Slama's back in the lineup for Harrah. Just as he with the ball. Cunningham thought about it. Elbow jumper from the right side is off the mark. Burgess comes away with a miss. Behind the back, bounce pass inside, good for 2. Smith, the benefactor of the nice pass, and a good job there with 2:35 left to go. And Ada's opened up now a 15-point lead as they lead it by a score of 56-41. 30-second timeout on the floor.
Yeah, impressive there by Burgess in the backcourt, then coming down. And it's almost like you watch him play, and you love to see it from kids with that talent. He enjoys getting his teammates involved more than he enjoys scoring himself. But we saw it earlier. The 2 times the game was cut to 8, what's he do? Comes right back down, gets a bucket, quickly gets the lead back up. But as long as his team's in control, he's got no problem getting others involved. And that just helps him, too, when you get into later season games and when you get into close games because his teammates have confidence and they'll continue to stay active because they know the ball will come to them if they get open.
Yep, he's a good-looking ball player, no question. So 2:35 remaining. Cougars pretty much still running their starting lineup out there. Panthers trailing by 15. Just not able to overcome this talent-laden team from Ada, who, as Brian said, hard to believe that there are 18 other teams in the state better at Class 4A. 14-6 is their record on the season. Lost to Heritage Hall, MacArthur, Seminole, Ardmore, and Heritage Hall again, although it was a lot closer than the first time. little frustration there on the part of Cunningham, it appears.
And he's going to be taken out for that. Cunningham, who was in the face of Burgess after the turnover. Burgess, a couple times when he's made plays, has clapped like that towards the Harrah student section who's been riding him, and of course that time he turns it over.
Panther basketball needs some buckets as we get down to 2 minutes left to play. Trailing by 15 right now. Shoot the three. Got it. Shots up and good. Nice job by Brock Drew. And a foul there called on Nolan Fox, trying to force the turnover. Commits the foul.
Good luck on him.
In the backcourt, Jackson Robinson, and he's fouled.
Four on Drew.
Burgess double teamed.
So the hoop, Cooper wanted the hoop backside.
Burgess catches it out top. Cougars going to play a little keep away right now as the clock continues to tick down. Less than a minute and a half to play. Smith cross court. Here's Burgess. Driving, scoring, whistle foul.
You know, he may not be the Cobra you necessarily want to poke, by the way. Seems like the Harrah crowd has kind of gotten his attention. He's turned it up just a little bit here in the fourth quarter.
Ankney checks out. Checking in for Harrah, number 32, is Grayson Swan.
I'll tell you one thing, one criticism I'm going to give this Ada ball club. When we're talking about can they advance, right? Jackson Robinson, who's got up to such a good start, the second half has been very loose with the basketball. Mm-hmm. And as someone who's going to be the main ball handler outside of Kobe Burgess, especially when you see teams try to take Burgess away, he's going to have to get more solid with the rock and not give it away. That's pretty nifty there.
How'd you like that?
Pretty nifty right there.
Not many people are.
And then look at Cooper get all the way back,
wow,
steal it and save it. See, that's what I'm talking about right there with Robinson. That's happened several times in this half.
And he's going full speed, faster with the basketball than the defense is trying to chase him down. That's always a good sign. You don't see that in too many athletes.
No.
Pearl Washington old school may have been that way, and certainly Russell Westbrook now.
Boy, isn't he though? Going almost a steal there. And there is a steal.
Here we go. Lead to Burgess. Catches the one bounce. Leaves it for the trailer, who puts it up and good. And Ada's going to finish this one in fine fashion. Nice pass there. Easy 2 points for Cody Smith.
One scoreboard has 63 and the other one has 61. That's weird. And now we're trying to fix. Oh, there we go. I think it should be. There we go. We got it now.
Shot from the corner. That's off the mark.
No shots.
Maybe a little surprised the coach didn't clear his bench here. As they're just going to let the clock tick down. Burgess feeling good, and the clock under 10 seconds, and that will do it as the Ada Cougars will win and move their record to 15-6 on the season. But first, do they actually call a travel? They're going to wave it off, or?
Yeah,
that's it. Ball game. Final score, 63-44. Turns out being a much larger deficit than it was throughout most of the game, but Cougars win it here tonight and improve, as we said, to 15-6 on the year. Harrah falls to 9-12. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and get ready to wrap it up for you here on Game Time. Stay with us.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Want to see a trick?
You make it for those who need an extra hand.
Moxie.
And a little heads up.
You okay, bud?
That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now current Ford owners can get a new Escape with 0% financing plus up to $2,000 cash back only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Welcome back to Harrah, everybody, as the Ada Cougars go out in style and win in easy fashion here tonight, as it turns out. Final score of 63-44 to improve their record once again to 15-6. So Ada, I'm like you, I can't believe there's 18 better teams in Class 4A, maybe in the whole state, but I was very impressed with what I saw here tonight against Harrah.
Well, really a three-headed monster, and those are the guys that did all the scoring. Kobe Burgess, Jackson Robinson, and Colin Cooper, who actually led the way with 18, and a very impressive 18. And you talk about Harrah, and really an impressive night by Brett Cunningham, but didn't have much else help. He had 21. But, yeah, the story is this Ada Cougars team, and you can see the talent there, but also throughout the game, though, you also see the inconsistency. You see the turnovers by Robinson and sometimes the careless play. But I thought tonight, for the most part, they were really buckled in. I thought they took really good shots. And if they can play defense like that, they've certainly got a chance. And it'll be interesting to see. They're in a region with Heritage Hall and Ardmore. So that's gonna be, only two teams come out of there. That'll be interesting. So that's a tough draw for them. But either way, they're certainly going to be someone to hear from down the stretch.
All right, reminder, we'll be back your way again on Tuesday night, as it will feature Lada at Washington here on Game Time. On Your View, your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. For Brian Burchell and for Bobby Rose, I'm Steve Marshall. See you Tuesday night, everybody. So long.